What's going on? What's going on, Cold World? Young K.LaNe Hotel coming at you live and direct today. As you see, you on a little ride with me, but you should be used to that by now. You know what I'm talking about? Anytime I come to you live and direct, we always on some type of voyage or some type of ride. You dig what I'm saying? Within the mind, we moving through time. It's almost like some galactical type, outer space type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's coming in the form of English, but always on a deeper level, we going somewhere, right? So today, I want you to recognize the power that you have within yourself as an entity on this earth. You know, when you go into the courtrooms, your name is spelled a little different than it is when you're at school or something like that. It's a different version of yourself that they're showing up to the court. Did you know that there's a version of yourself according to documentation that is the legal entity of you? So that means on a lot of government forms or things of that nature, you were looked at as a building. Instead of a person, you looked at as a building. It's almost when you think about when people catch a body, do people in the courtroom and the justice system have a little remorse? Maybe not, right? But for the most part, the reason why you're doing time, serving time, paying your debt to society, is because you took some money off of the plate. Each one of us, due to our social security numbers, we have accounts, whether you know it or not, that is attached to your social security number. That every year, just like how you claim your children, you're being claimed as well. That account under your social security number, of course, is drawing interest on an annual basis. You can look this up. Nevertheless, my point of the matter is this: not to be a conspiracy theorist, but for you to expand your mind on how you will start to look at yourself. Whether you know it or not, when you go to work, even though you are called an employee, you are technically a private contractor, right? So, with that being said, even if you're not in the line of thinking of being a boss or an owner of a business, if you don't want to have your own business for yourself, selling products or courses or whatever you got going on from your intellectual property, then you must understand that even at the bottom level, you understand what I'm saying? If you want to get to the bottom line of it, the nitty gritty, guess what? It's still being at play. Business as usual. This country runs off of businesses. So I want you to expand the way you think about things. Stop looking at things from a minimal level. Stop looking at things from a scarcity mindset. And start looking at how abundant this thing is. See why foreigners are begging and scraping and do anything it takes to get over here to tap into this system that exists in the good old United States of America. Once you understand the truth of the system and how things really work, you will start to separate yourself from the excuses that we've been told throughout times in our own societies and our communities. Yes, there is such thing as white privilege, and a lot of that stuff goes on still to this day. But let me also tell you something. With the proper education and the understanding of how the system works, money is green. It don't give a damn about what color you are. And guess what? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, especially in our community. We always think if you want to start a business, you gotta what? Go to school. No, who told you this bullshit? God forgive me for, I'm saying, I'm trying to clean up this language, but who told you this? You understand what I'm saying? What kind of sense logically does that make when you think about it? Okay, you want to go start a business. Well, you want to get a degree for what? Now, people say, well, I want to learn how to manage the business and da-da-da-da-da. Well, you're learning from people 9 times 10 at a school that probably never had a business themselves. Now, they understand the book well enough and test it out well enough to be able to come back and teach you the same concepts, but they never practiced it themselves. 1, 2, there's no bank. And if it is, please, somebody, put it in the comments and let me know. But there's no bank. When you're going to get finance, because that's how you're going to get this thing started. I mean, you're going to have your own money, but eventually you got to deal with a bank, right? So when you start dealing with lending and all these things, financing, lines of credit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Do you think they're asking you for your degree to get approval? No. Your degree has nothing to do with you owning a business. The people who you have to work for you need to be specialized in whatever it is that you're doing. So therefore, in different areas that you would need on your team, you would need experts that have went to school for that particular job that you would need to fill for your business. But you yourself do not need to go to school for that. And then plus, it's a thing they call YouTube University these days. People are teaching you from scratch in every arena of business on how to get it started. From scratch. You see what I'm saying? Because in a lot of times people don't even know how to give back. So what they do is they give away valuable information for free. A lot of people are out here giving valuable information because there's people around them that they want to talk to and give them the game, but the folks around them are too busy being jealous or too busy looking at them sideways. So guess what they do? They take what they want to give to the ones close to them and give it to the world. You dig what I'm saying? And what I mean by closest doesn't mean that it's always the immediate family, but sometimes it is. That's hating or whatever. It could be just your community. It could be just the area that you're in. You know what I'm saying? They just turn a deaf ear to you. But these same people, when they get online, like I said, and express themselves accordingly, you know what I mean? They start to reach the masses. All right. Now, my point is to everything that I'm saying is for you to expand your thinking today. The idea of having an LLC, a limited liability company. What is that? What is the purpose of that? Well, that's how these political guys play, ball on a large level. Now, of course, you got S corps and everything else on top of that. But let's start at the basic level. Limited liability companies. Well, let's just sit there and say that Susie goes to start a business. And she goes in and get, Susie, whatever, incorporated, well, let's not even say incorporated. Let's just say Susie Q LLC, right? All of a sudden, she has a situation in her business. For some reason, somebody wants to sue Susie Q LLC. The whole purpose of having that such LLC is she would have been paying herself a salary, so she would have been an employee to her own self, which the money that she would have made would have went from the business account, and from the business account, just like your job does, they cut a check or send a direct deposit to her personal account because she would be employing herself. All right, now let me tell you something what the LLC does in that particular situation as far as protection. Even if her company got sued, they would be suing the company itself. She can shut down the company and then literally go and start a whole nother one. Now, I'm not sitting there saying that, giving this advice for illegal activity. I'm just giving you what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you will see why the arguments are what they are. You'll start to probably dissect if you never understood certain things with politics and why when they talk about money and this and that. When you start understanding really how this thing really moves, I promise you, a lot of stuff will start making more sense to you. Nevertheless, let's get back to this thing. What happens is when she gets sued, they can never have access to her private account because her private assets or her private possessions, property, is being protected by the LLC, the limited liability. Limited liability means the owner has limited liability when it comes to situations like getting sued or whatever. Why? Because the company itself will be fully responsible for such damages. You dig what I'm saying? Now, unfortunately, the company itself, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it might hurt you to part ways with that if such things were to happen. You feel me? But your private assets, your property, your money will still be protected. That's why you see people or companies getting sued, or then all of a sudden they're getting bought out or whatever the case may be, and you will still see the owner or the previous owner or whomever or the family that owns it still balling, because even though you sued the company, you didn't sue them. Them as a person, whoever it is, Susie Q is protected, but Susie Q LLC is the one who took the hit. I hope that you understand exactly what I'm saying. I hope that you are picking up what I am putting down. But I just been blessed to be able to understand a lot of these things on a large scale. And I also, I wouldn't say I'm in a weird position, but I find myself quite often always in conversations with people who ironically are trying to figure it out. They got some money on the side. They want to invest. They want to do something different. They want to tap in. They heard about generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? They want to expand themselves. They want to make sure their kids, their loved ones, that they're taking care of. You know what I'm saying? But they just don't know what's the first step in that direction. That's what I'm here for. I can help you. I can help you. I can help you put this play all together. Straight up. I'm not claiming to be an expert on any topic, but I know enough about the foundation to put together a great blueprint for success. You know what I mean? If you want to start your business today, you want to figure this thing out, I can point you into the right direction. I have resources available right now that will be able to help anybody to get the ball rolling right now. If you want to start a business right now, be able to point you in the right direction to not only start your business, but also be prepared to get funding for your business right now. You dig what I'm saying? Right now, just like my song says, right now. Yeah, I'm talking right now. Yes. It is time. I just made that decision to really be the change that I want to see out here. And I see a lot of the suffering that we have in our communities is because the lack of knowledge and wisdom that's needed to have generational wealth. A lot of us are stuck, and we always make the same decisions, as those who came before us. It's like a repeated thing, and it's like we expecting a different result. And the only reason is we constantly in this place of thinking is because we only feel like we only have a select options to choose from to get money. Either we gonna go punch that clock 9 to 5, which is nothing wrong with that, or you gonna get out here, you hustling, which, do your thing, be careful, or you're entertaining people, comedian, actor, you're a musician, an artist, or an athlete. Of course, we know about people going to school and having a degree program and becoming doctors and lawyers and stuff like that. We know, about these things. But we are living in a different time, ladies and gentlemen, where I cannot stress enough. It is imperative, especially if you have any children or anybody that you care about, to start thinking about things from a 5 and 10 year out type of mindset, thinking out in the future. You have to see the signs of the time. What is the money? What's going to be the highest currency going forward? You know what I'm saying? What's the likelihood of your job that you're working at right now? What's the likelihood of it being around in the next 2 or 3 years? Can you see any area in your job right now where something like technology can come and take over and do what you do? Do you already see it slowly coming into your job? You know what I mean? We're living in a day and time, honestly, if you're not getting no money online or figuring out a way to get money through your phone, you'll be dead in the water in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry, because I'm just giving you the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that you take serious what I'm saying. If you haven't been getting your credit right, or at least starting to work on it, starting the process, holler at me. You know what I'm saying? I can put together an A1 play for you, you know what I'm saying, to get everything up and running, to get that credit together, you dig? So when it comes time for you to open up that business, and get funding, some things can happen for you. some beautiful things can happen for you. You know, if you're tired of being, listen, I say it like this, and I don't know no other way to put it. I'm just gonna give it to you, cut and dry. The reason why I'm starting to do this, as far as the idea of consulting, or just starting to get with people, because people are telling me this is what I should do. Why? I was going into situations just having a conversation. I'm just expressing, you know how it is when you're just out and about at work, or you're just out in public. You know, you run into people and you just start having a conversation. So we just talking about finances. I might be running somebody talking about business or whatever, right? So I'm just telling them about what I know. And a lot of times we may be sleeping on ourselves as far as the information that we know and what we possess, because I was walking around thinking that everybody was tapping into this shit. I'm thinking that I was slow to it, right? So that's why I got into it so hard. You feel me? When it comes to business and finance, and then running ads and just everything like online, like just going crazy with it. You feel me? Trying to tap into stocks and stuff too. You dig? So I'm just talking to people over time, right? And I'm realizing certain things that are happening, right? And you guys probably like, man, this man crazy. There's been people that I've been talking to, and they've been taking what I've been saying, literally going to the bank. Hear this. Going to the bank, and the conversation that we had before they went to the bank was like, hey, look, man, and we'll joke, man, this shit really work. I ain't coming back to work. If this shit really work, bro, like, what's the point of me coming back to work? Because if I can walk out the bank with that kind of money, I mean, that's what I'm gonna make for the rest of the year. Or that's like almost more than half of my year's salary. Like, I can take that and then do this and do this, because I already got this saved on the side too, right? And guess what happens? Guess what happens every time? Every time. I mean, literally, like, I won't even say I'm undefeated, because I'm not even realizing it's that I'm competing. But it's like I'm competing with myself or something to a degree, right? I'm realizing the information that I have is very, very, very valuable. And I never knew it. Not on this level. You know, because I'm doing music and stuff like that, so I'm always tapping in. That's what forced me to get into business and the idea of thinking about credit, and you know what I mean, because I had to serve myself, and when nobody come and saving me, I had to figure it out, right? And when nobody around me that I can get these answers from, so I had to go and do the research and figure it out myself. But I thought that I was late to the game as far as adulting. I thought so everybody knew about these things, right? No. And there's a lot of you out there right now that's in the same position as my former co-workers or friends or whatever, family members, right? The whole time you've been sitting on the goose egg. Nobody just never told you what you had and what you were working with. I guarantee you right now, you probably have more working for you than against you. You just need somebody to illuminate that and then help you put that together, and then boop, you're out of here. I'm not trying to hold your hand for life with it. I'm literally, if you didn't know, I'm saying, hey, it's a body of water over here if you're thirsty, right? And instead of me, and if you're hungry, it's some fish in there, right? Okay, bet. So instead of me coming and just bringing it to you, I can bring it to you the first couple times. Like, hey, man, this is what the water tastes like. Hey, look, try this fish. They're what it hitting on, right? That's what it pretty much is. But after, the whole purpose is to teach you how to do it yourself. The whole point of our conversation, of the consulting, is after we are done, well, however many times a session that you need or whatever the case may be, the whole point of it is you be able to figure this thing out on your own afterwards. You'll be able to help yourself, and you know what I'm saying, and your family to thrive and strive out here. You feel me? Man, when I sit there and say it's over 10 people that I don't help in the last 6 months, they have literally taken this information and quit their jobs. Quit their jobs. You don't understand. Well, everything that's going on right now in the world, these folks were able to get a significant amount of money, enough, plus whatever they had going on. You know what I'm saying? That's not my business, right? One folks that came back every time they had a specific date. Hey, I'm going to the bank Thursday. I'm going to the bank Friday. Guess what? Come that Monday, nobody is seeing them. They come in there, hey, you seen such and such? You know what's going on? Nope. Next week come up again. Guess what? They still ain't there. But guess who feels crazy at the end? Me. Oh boy, because I'm like, hold up. Each time, because the scenarios are always, they're different. But it's like I'm bringing points of illumination to somebody, and like, hey, did you know you got this going on for yourself? Because the situations are always different. They're never the same. But it's just, I always seem to have the answers or somewhat of a form of solution, or like say they might be like halfway there with it, and I might just fill in the gap for them. I'm like, yeah, but you know about this part, right? What? Hold on, I know about this and that, but you say I can do what now? I'm like, yeah, you can do this and then do this and do this and just move this over here. What? Like, yeah, man, it's crazy, right? Like, I'm just learning about, bruh. I'm like, yeah, it's legal. That's the thing about it. I ain't telling you to do nothing illegal. And you got to worry about them folks looking over your shoulder. Bruh, baby girl, hey, listen, fuck with me. Fuck with me. I got you. Let me help you walk away from that job today. Let me help you prepare an exit strategy. You dig? It's time, man. It's time to get your freedom back. You know what I'm saying? You got them babies. You know, it's a lot going on. You know, and you want to be prepared for the next big wave of anything that could be going crazy. Anything that can go left. You know, you want to be your own version of the PPP loan. You want to be your own version of unemployment. You understand what I'm saying? It's time to break the codependency relationship that we have with the government. You understand what I'm saying? Because you would take your power back. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, you're an adult, but you don't own yourself. You know what I'm saying? Until you own some things. You know what I mean? Your name right now is it doesn't, the only way that holds is on your credit report. That's about it. And then you're looking at your portfolio as far as your assets. What kind of assets do you have? You see what I'm saying? So in order to gain respect or to gain power or prominence under your name, what does your name, like what kind of weight does your name hold? What do you do? You know, what do you own? What kind of possession do you have? What is your net worth? Do you see what I'm getting at now? The whole time in our community, we've been chasing the wrong things to a degree. You know what I'm saying? We looked at it somewhat in the right way, but we're not taking it there where we could to like really take it over that edge. You feel me? Let's stop thinking small and worrying about who to the left and the right, what they thinking of you. Start thinking about how you can be more valuable to the market that's out here. You dig what I'm saying? The market being the world, right? The world stage. You feel me? What are you doing out here? Are you just going to be a person that all you doing is working and paying bills all your life and then you die? Or you going to actually, you know what I'm saying, be remembered for doing something? You ain't got to be famous. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to buy up your neighborhood, buy up the block? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to start a nonprofit organization that may benefit the children? You dig what I'm saying? Do you have some type of form of education that you can teach others that will help benefit their life? Are you just keeping all the gain to yourself? Like, what is that doing for you? You know? It's just a lot of things for us to consider. And then also thinking about, okay, business and commerce going forward. What are the things that's going to be in place going forward in the next few years? Are you prepared or helped or understand enough to see the predictions? To see what's coming on around the corner? You know what I mean? So I can help with this. You know, I feel like I was wasting now looking back, I feel like I was wasting my talents, I guess, to a degree. I didn't know. I didn't know. People were telling me over time, but it's like when you hear from certain people, I didn't know if it was just for their benefit. So I didn't take it that serious. I'm like, oh, maybe you're saying it because it's for your benefit. You know what I mean? No. I'm starting to really see the light. When people, because they'll tell me, I say it like this. The most somebody has walked away with the bank after information I gave them, $30,000. $30,000. Now, that was on their personal side. Guess what I had told them about, though? Business. And when I hit them to the business plays, because, you know, I'm just talking, you know, like, but when I hit them to the business plays, they didn't come back to work. See, the thing about it, I understand, and you know, I probably would have done the same thing, sort of, kind of. I don't know, I wouldn't. Well, as far as this, now listen to me. When they got the first 30,000, they were still like, oh, I still need to come to work. That would have been that's the difference between me and them. You understand what I'm saying? When I got that, hey, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Because I know what to do with it from there. You dig? But when it's like, it surprised them. And I'm not going to put his name out there. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? But it surprised him that he was able to do that, right? So then I put him on to this LLC play and all this kind of stuff, right? And how you can go about doing that. Man, I guess he ain't take no longer. It didn't take no time. By the next pay period, I guess that day he had jumped on, because he told me he was going to do it. He went online. I told him where to go, you know what I'm saying, to put him on. Told him the steps, what all he needed to do. He did everything that night. By the next pay period, I say the next two. The reason why, because it took approximately about 30 days or so for him to get like the paperwork back from the state. Sometimes it takes a little longer. It just depends, you know, I guess how busy they are. But I guess he got his paperwork back quick. And I told him how to go get the IN number, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he took that information, took it straight to the bank. Because he already had things in place, which I'm probably sure a lot of you already have the same things in place he had, which I can help you with. But you got to have that conversation. You dig what I'm saying? I can see where you at, and I promise you, you're probably in a better situation than you think you are in. Let me continue with this story. So, like I said, he goes to the bank. He told me he was doing it after he had already gotten the 30. And I told him that, hey man, listen, when you make this play, they're either gonna match what you have on that side, or they're gonna double it. Or they're gonna double it, bro. And my Lord, I don't know what he got. I don't know what he got. But that was the last one that let me know. And I'm not mad. Listen, I'm not mad. Did he come and break me off anything? No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. Because, you know, he was the last one to tell me, listen, bro, you dangerous. He told me that to my face. He's like, you are dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? I was like, he's like, you don't know what you got. Yeah, you don't know what you possess. Hey, and I've been sleeping on myself. But guess what? I'm wide awake right now. And I'm ready to help you today. Let's have a conversation today. Let's talk about it. All right? Tap in with me. Hit my DM right now. You know what I'm saying? Hit my DM right now. Tap in with me. Tap in with me. You know who it is. Young K.LaNe Hotel. Tap in with me. Tap in with me. You know, and then two, I'll say it like this. Let me give another form of contact. You can tap in with me also at K.LaNe, KRISLANE 87 at gmail.com. Tap in with me, man. Let's try to put together some plays. I want to see what I can do to help you get from point A to Z. And if I can't help you get to Z, and in your particular situation, I can help you get from A to K. You dig what I'm saying? But I can point you in the direction to take you the rest of the way. That's better than being at a standstill and where you're at right now. Let me help you today. You dig? I promise you. Especially these results that I just been dealing with before I even thought about just taking it myself serious on this level. The countless amount of people that I have helped. It's really a no-brainer at this point. Testimonials will be coming soon. Will you also be a part of that? Hit me up today. Hit me up today. Your future depends on it. Them kids. They'll thank you for it. I promise you. You got a lot of store for you. You have more going for you than against you. I can guarantee that. Let me help illuminate that in your life. Point certain things out for you. I promise you. We're going to find a solution. I'm out of here. Peace.